Hey, boys and girls, today I want to show you how to make your hand with watercolor. And not only will you need some watercolor, like this one that I have, and don't forget, find a piece of paper and test all of your colors in a row in the same order so that you know what they really look like. Sometimes they look pretty different than what they look like when they're dry in your tray palette. Anyway, and then you can keep that with it. You can put a rubber band around it, or if you keep it in a drawer, you can keep them together, okay? So I'm going to take kind of an orangey color. What's this one called? Melon. Anything that you have that's kind of tan, brown, orange, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're just going to have fun today. So I'm going to take my hand, and I kind of wish I didn't have my nails. My nails grow really fast. And I probably would do better if I didn't have them so long. But anyway, I'll show you anyway. So there we go. And I'm going to go around my hand. Now try not to move that hand. And if you're right-handed, this is the way to do it. And put your hand down and hold it. Freeze. You know, have you ever done the freeze dance? Freeze your hand. If you draw with your left hand, then you need to freeze your right hand, okay? I'm trying real hard to freeze. And we'll see if I make it. You know, you never know if you did it right until you take your hand up. And I'm trying to do it so that my crayon, I'm trying to kind of tilt it. Let me show you from this side. I'm trying to tilt it this way instead of this way. So I'm trying to make it that it's as close to my hand as I can, and that it's tilted when I go down. All right, shall we see if it looks good? Here we go. Drum roll, please. There's my hand. Well, some of it looks like my hand. I don't know what's wrong with those parts, but that's okay. I like it anyway. So the next thing we're going to do with our hands, how did yours look like? If you need to do it another time because your hand looks a little funny, kind of like mine, or even funnier, then pause this tape and let's do one more time. But if you're ready to go, which I am, I'm going to paint my hand. Now you can paint your hand any way you want. If you're in the mood to have a yellow hand, you may. If you want a red or a blue hand, you may. If you want your skin to kind of look like your real hand, then you can mix colors together. Maybe you've got chocolate brown skin that's just rich and beautiful. Maybe you have real light pink skin that has little freckles all over it. Or somewhere in between. Whatever the color of the skin God gave you, it's beautiful, and you can match it with paints. So keep that in mind. The way to match your skin the very best is to take a little piece of paper, whatever you have. I've always got little scratchy pieces, so I'm going to just paint it here, okay? So if you have, we'll start on the dark side and go to the light side like I explained. So if you have brown skin, you might have this color that's inside the paint, or you might have this color really, really dark, or somewhere in between. Oh, that's so beautiful, isn't it? Or you might have be somebody who has orangey skin, and orange skin, if you paint it with a lot of water, can look very light. I've got kind of orangey skin, and sometimes you'll have a little pink that goes in that skin. And this is all the variety in between. You may paint yours any way you want. I'm going to paint mine a blue color just because that's what I feel like. I could paint it this blue. I could paint it kind of like an aqua color, or I could mix them. I think I'm going to paint it aqua because that's one of my favorite colors. What's your favorite color? Or do you like rainbows with all the colors? Here is my hand. And I'm going around. I have a little bit of a nicer brush than the one that came in the kit. And I didn't get a real fancy brush, but I just wanted one that paints a little easier. Excuse me. Let me drink my water. When the air gets dry, it's easy to cough for me. Are you like that? Do you have allergies, like when it's pollen or maybe dandelions, or if you're out in the woods and you cough or sneeze? I do that sometimes too. So I'm going around and I'm painting, and I think I'm going to slow down so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay? I'm going to go to the side so you can see what I'm doing. I dripped a little water here. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let it dry. So I'm dipping in the aqua, and see how I have a brush. This brush is called, if you have anybody with you, you could say mom, grandma, grandpa, daddy, whomever. How about if we get a brush? This one is from Amazon. It's called Allery, and this is a 6, but it comes in about maybe 7 or 8 brushes in a pack, and it's not too bad. It's not my fancy brushes when I am painting special things for people that are hiring me to pay to paint, but it's a nice brush. So that's something. Oops, look what I did. I splattered. Now look what I'm doing. I'm taking the side of my brush and I'm taking the tip of my brush. And you don't have to stay in the lines, but if you want to, you can do that. Since I splattered some of those little tiny dots, I have an idea. I might want to put more splatter when I'm done. Now I'm doing the side of my brush to do wider parts. I'm doing the side in this section. See how flat it is? But now I'm going to go not so flat. I'm going to do just slightly flat for the side. I like this color. Reminds me of the ocean. Have you ever swum in the ocean or gone and looked for shells in the ocean? How about a lake? I think it always smells like really fresh air. And sometimes you'll see birds like seagulls that are making loud noises, and you'll hear the waves. I love the ocean. So there is my hand. Ta-da! Now this was a water splash. So that one is going to dry clear and it's okay. But this is me making a mistake and having the paint splatter. So I might on purpose do more paint splatter just to be fun. So let's do it. If you want to learn to do paint splatter, I'm going to do different colors. I'm going to do pink. And here's how I do paint splatter. I'm going to touch my finger or my hand sideways, and I'm going to go splatter, splatter, splatter. Can you believe it? And I'm going to go get another color. Got to be careful. Don't make a big mess. A little mess is okay. And there's orange. What do you think? Do you like the paint splatter? I might need some yellow. Now, the way you do it is you have to have a lot of watery paint. Don't make it too thick. It's got to be kind of water. Sometimes I tap the brush. See what I'm doing? Now, those dots were extra big, so I think I'm going to make a few dots just by tapping so it matches those sides. I'm going to do one more. What do you want me to do? Think about it. I could do purple, red, orange. I think I'm going to do purple. Is that what you would want, or do you have a different color? There's purple. Ooh, so it's kind of like the hands coming out of the paint. What do you think? I think it's kind of pretty. Now, maybe you like it without all the paint splatter, and then you can just paint. Maybe you painted it to match your skin. Maybe you painted it to look like a fairy or an alien or a robot. Whatever you want, I thought was fun. So that's my hand and paint splatter. And I hope that was fun for you to do whatever you wanted to do with your hand. Okay, bye-bye. I hope to see you soon painting with me. Take care and God bless you. Bye. Which hand is waving? Oh, it's this one. Bye.